There's still the vast bulk of the Wexford team that won the All-Ireland 2 years ago in action here. However, Adrian Fenlon is an absentee due to a business trip, and in the absence of the injured Liam Dunn, Larry O'Gorman is placed at centre-half back, with Rory McCarthy joining Tommy Keogh in midfield. Well, the forwards include Larry Murphy at full forward and Martin Storey out on the right wing. Cork's Ger Cunningham has a shoulder injury and Donal O'Cusack takes his place in goal. It underlines the healthy sprinkling of young emerging talent such as Diarmuid O'Sullivan at corner-back, Sean O'Halpine just ahead of him, Brian O'Driscoll and Mickey O'Connell at wing forward, and the highly effective Seanie McGrath at top of the right. But look out for the clash of top scorer Joe Dean, the number 15, a real threat to most backs, and marked this afternoon by Colm Keogh, a man who's highly regarded throughout the game. And here in New Ross, it really is a most miserable afternoon. The man in charge this afternoon is Pat Horan from Offaly, the ground here named after Sean Kennedy, who was captain of the Wexford footballers between 1913 and 1915. Well, Sean Flood coming up to take this sideline cut, delightfully connecting in towards Larry Murphy. Brian Corcoran trying to get that ball out to Mark Landers. Very good clearance. Up towards the corner towards Seanie McGrath. Brian O'Driscoll trying to get onto it. In towards McGrath once again. Cork building their first attack. Still the dangerous McGrath. And the shot has gone over the bar. First point of the match scored by the Glen Rovers man. Brian Corcoran contesting this one once again. Comes back to Pat Ryan, the SARS man. Making plenty of headway in the very awkward conditions. Again, targeting the full forward Alan Brown. Trying to get away from Jerkush and swinging in that shot and putting it over the bar. Second attempt for a point by Alan Brown. First one that's successful. And Cork have a 2-point lead. Well, already indications here that Alan Brown can cause concern for that Wexford full back line, and in particular Jerkush. Cross towards Paul Codd. Codd, who of course faced Cork at under-21 level last season. Mitch Jordan, and he was fouled, nudged in the back. So free to Wexford and a chance for their first score. Paul Codd is Wexford's leading scorer in the 2 matches in the league so far, 15 points to his credit, looking for the first of the day, and Wexford are right back in the hunt. So a rare chance this for Donal O'Cusack between the posts for Cork at senior level, with a real top talent. Sean Flood coming out here, needing a bit of assistance to get that one away. Knocked back in there by Brian O'Driscoll. Seanie McGrath, his second shot, his second point. Any ball that the Cork full forward line is getting so far, they're turning it into chances and converting their scores. This was the latest one here. It was Brian O'Driscoll who played it forward onto Seanie McGrath, and Sean Flood is going to have to get a lot tighter on McGrath. Fitzhenry swinging it across this time towards Paul Codd. Towards Fergal McCormack. Again, direct hurling into the full forward line, producing yet another opportunity here. Joe Dean once again, and again performing his party piece, but that time not quite having the length. Good save by Damien Fitzhenry. Here's Martin Storey. Likes a bit of latitude. Cork well aware of that. Up towards Fergal McCormack. Towards Alan Brown, but Jerkush getting out there, but leaves it behind to Seanie McGrath. Another chance and another point for McGrath. That's an excellent start by the young Glen Rovers player, an All-Star nominee last year. That's well away from danger this time by James Purcell. Fergal Ryan. Paul Codd has it for Wexford. Some 65 metres out, a fine shot, and it's gone straight over the bar. Exactly what Wexford have needed, but he's their only scorer so far. One from a free and now one from play. So 5 points to 2. Diarmuid O'Sullivan batting that one away from Tom Dempsey. That's Pat Ryan. Fergal McCormack functioning very well around the middle of the field so far. Jerkush making a very good left-handed catch. and driving that ball defiantly back downfield. It's come in here towards Tom Dempsey. The hand pass forward. Paul Codd still looking for a chance, and again it's gone over the bar. Very good work by the wing forward. Well, this was the two men in the white helmets combining. Tom Dempsey on for Paul Codd, getting away from a number of Cork backs. And so the gap has narrowed to 2 points. Jordan trying to step away from trouble. Out to Codd. The angle shot. Nicely inside there, stopped by Domalos Cusack. A tricky save that he had to make. He makes a second one from Tom Dempsey and it's gone for a 65. Some good work by the young custodian for Cork from Cloyne. So 19 minutes gone in this match. This to put 2 points between them again, and he's put it the whole way between the posts. Wonderful free taking once again by Paul Codd.
Come on, Larry, come on, Tommy, let's go, come on.
Larry O'Gorman watching this one. Spectacular catch by the number 6 for Wexford. Towards Mitch Jordan. Fergal Ryan there too for Cork. Out towards Brian Corcoran. Picked up here well by Martin Storey. And Storey winning the free for Wexford from a scoreable position. This was a wonderful catch by Larry O'Gorman. Paul Codd more or less straight in front of the post, and he puts it right between the posts yet again. His 5th point of the match. He continues to be Wexford's only scorer, and now the gap down to a solitary point. Wexford have settled a good deal more in their defence. They needed to do after a wretched start, which saw Cork's corner forwards really explode into life, in particular Shawnee McGrath with 4 points in the first 15 minutes of this match. And Wexford's only response has been through Paul Codd. He's got 5 points for them, but he's also the only scorer on a wretchedly wet afternoon in New Ross. The half-time score reads Cork 6 points, Wexford 5 points. Well, the Spice Girls are here, as you can see, in New Ross this afternoon. And what an afternoon, the sunny southeast, how are you? A day for the brollies and very, very wet hurling sticks. Diarmuid O'Sullivan ready to hit this one. Towards Fergal McCormack, doing really well.
Get in the hook. Get a step,
kicking it this time and kicking it over the bar. He's had a very good match so far, Fergal McCormack. That his first score, and it's 7 points to 5. Pat Ryan back down towards the Wexford defence again. Dean kicking it forward here. There's Colm Keogh, about to be hooked. Cork advancing in the figure of Fergal McCormack. Hitting the shot himself, and it's his 2nd point in this match. He really has enjoyed a very fine afternoon so far. And it's 8 points to 5. Well, this very important year for Jimmy Barry Murphy and his backroom team. Seamus Hughes knocked away by Brian Corcoran. Purcell once again, beaten for it. This is Brian O'Driscoll, stopped by Larry O'Gorman, who was coming across him, and the referee indicating exactly why he's awarding the free to Cork. Larry protests, but all in vain. Joe Dean, right in front of the posts, but a fair distance out, and he finds the range expertly. So 2 in a row then for Joe Dean from frees, and it's 10 points to 5. Hughes cross towards the far side. Tommy Keogh, the one who was trying to hit that ball in. There is support, however, and it's Martin Storey against Sean O'Halpine, just given enough room. Cross towards Jordan, belted out by Brown, only to the waiting McCarthy, and Rory McCarthy's shot has found the range. And at last, Wexford have a scorer other than Paul Codd. Larry O'Gorman finding Fergal McCormack really a handful. Martin Storey knocking it forward to Rory McCarthy. Beyond Mitch Jordan. Tom Dempsey has switched in towards full forward, coming out here to try and take it. And Tom Dempsey, again, too many steps. Referee has been very insistent on that particular rule, pointing out only 4 steps allowed. 1 win, 1 loss for Rory Kinsella so far in the league. Shawnee McGrath right near the sideline here.
Come on, get it!
That was added to well there by Brian O'Driscoll. Cush again. He may have had an uncertain start against Alan Brown, but bit by bit he's settled to his task. And the ageless Billy Byrne about to come on. He's been training as hard as ever and still showing his remarkable fitness. The free taker right here in the middle of the field is Larry O'Gorman. Billy Byrne going into full forward straight away and challenging immediately. Mitch Jordan trying to turn Fergal Ryan this way and that. And the umpire's having a right good look at it, and in the end deciding that indeed it was a very valid shot and a very valid point. Mitch Jordan's first point. Austin Walsh going to challenge there with James Purcell. Larry O'Gorman has left it there and gifted it to Fergal McCormack. McCormack making a lot of headway here. Two men after him, but he still got it. Going for the shot himself and touched over the bar by goalkeeper Damien Fitzhenry. 3 points by the man on the 40 this afternoon for Cork, and it's 11 points to 7. Well, he really is a very strongly built lad, Fergal McCormack. He's given Larry O'Gorman an absolutely wretched afternoon, and in the end that's tapped over by Fitzhenry. That's brilliantly taken there by Seamus Hughes, playing it back towards Paul Codd, this time trying to be the provider to Michael Mitch Jordan, going for the shot himself. That's a fine shot by Jordan, his second point. Young player from Marshallstown doing really well here. That time it was Paul Codd turning provider for the man in the corner, Jordan, and a great score. Story trying to get that ball into Rory McCarthy, leaving it behind him, however. Billy Byrne in the thick of the action. Out it comes to Seamus Hughes, who's had a very good second half. Barton Story was coming onto it, and Story puts it over the bar, and we're down to the minimum. The man from Olaf the Balach has cheered up these fans here in Uros. So now 11-10. The Cork mentors in there, some of the county board officials as well. In it goes here. That was Mick Daly hitting that shot, stopped by Fitzhenry. It could be a very valuable stop so far in a match which has failed to produce a goal so far, but it's produced many moments of magic. This is well held here. Hassey going forward. Cork defending valiantly. Rory McCarthy trying to pick that one up. Tripped as he was going forward there by Mark Landers. Wexford have the free. It's about 40 metres out, and it should provide the equaliser. Well, there will still be 6 minutes left if Paul Codd can point this and draw Wexford level. 7 points in all for Paul Codd, an outstanding contribution today, and it's 11-11. Down towards Alan Brown, being marked right now by Colm Keogh. That's Alan Brown still. Shawnee Farrell, the other player in picture, or was moments ago. Keogh trying to keep it away from this danger man. Alan Brown looking around to see just what's on and who's available. Well, the man who's there and has possession is Larry O'Gorman to Paul Codd. A huge one by Codd towards Billy Byrne. John Brown there for Cork. Broken down towards Rory McCarthy. Here comes McCarthy. This is a great chance. And it's a goal! A goal by Rory McCarthy with only 3 minutes left. Wexford have made a very complete recovery. 27 minutes into the second half, and that all-important goal credited to Rory McCarthy. This is how it came about. It was broken down, and Rory McCarthy was in quick as a flash, and he kicked it home. Cork have the free. Brian Corcoran is about to take this long-range free. Will he drop it in around the house? Everybody in for it. Shawnee Farrell in there. Fergal McCormack with possession, trying to swing that stick. Again, Mick Daly getting it in. Joe Dean! And Joe Dean has squeezed it home from the tightest of angles, and they're level again. It's a remarkable finish to this match. Just a minute after Wexford's goal, Dean is back. Just the smallest of chances, Wexford perhaps should have cleared their lines. Full credit to McDaly and McCormick before Dean squeezed it home. It was Daly who had that shot in there, and Dean was left loose, and that was enough. Billy Byrne racing for this one to try to touch it off there, and the referee being urged by the Wexford fans to blow for a free for a foul on Larry McCarthy, or on Rory McCarthy. James Purcell. Next in, it's Paul Codd. Challenged by McGrath. Billy Byrne with Rory McCarthy trying to come through the centre there, but Cork standing firm here. John Brown getting it out to Mick Daly, and Daly swinging the clearance to midfield, where it's won by Seamus Hughes of Wexford. Wexford slow to come in on this one. It's Diarmuid O'Sullivan instead. Out towards Sean O'Halpine, trying to take it away from Martin Storey. Hughes is still in there, so too is Robert Hassey. And the referee says free down for Cork, and a look of disbelief on the face of Robert Hassey. Well, this is what they were arguing about just moments ago there, but there seemed a fair enough contact between Mark Landers and McCarthy. Meanwhile, it is Diarmuid O'Sullivan, the Cork captain this year. Remember, the sides are still level, 1-11 apiece, and we're in injury time. O'Sullivan, as Cork now come looking for a possible winner, but stopped back there, and stopped well indeed, Martin Storey. And the referee in the end deciding that is that. A very spirited match by two wonderful teams in awful conditions. Rory McCarthy looked to have given Wexford a lead at a vital time with a goal 3 minutes from time, but just a minute later Cork replied very sharply when Joe Dean got in to finish with a tally of a goal and 3 points from this match, and perhaps a draw, a very fair result here at New Ross. The final score was Wexford 1-11, Cork 1-11.
Yes, miserable conditions in New Ross, but exciting hurling nonetheless. Now, our next port of call